Expo right here on the floor. We are pulling industry experts right off the floor to talk about information you can use, actionable information. We just got done with a fireside chat all about insurance. I hope I didn't put anyone to sleep on that one. Definitely some really great information. I was joined by another industry expert and the representatives from TD Bank, an incredible sponsor of the Latin Builders Association. So many great things on. And I am joined by a guest that I hold in high revere, Mr. Neal Sklar. Construction litigator, construction attorney, providing valuable services to contractors, developers. Tell me about your firm. What do you guys specialize in? Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so, as Dan said, yes, my name is Neal Sklar. I am one of the founding partners of the Friedman Sklar law firm. We are a full-service construction law firm. We do everything related to construction. That means from the time a contractor bids a job, so that they understand their risks and what they're getting involved in when bidding a job. We negotiate the contracts, we review, revise the contracts, we finalize the contracts, we prepare them, or we get contracts and revise them that other people prepare. Then during the course of a construction project, we help our clients manage day-to-day risk issues that pop up on a regular basis on their job sites. Everything from job site injuries, job site fatalities, OSHA violations, immigration raids, you name it, we handle it.
Top to bottom right there.
Top to bottom, even issues related to environmental concerns.
Yeah.
You know, people not properly disposing of hazardous waste. So when the construction project is finally finished, then we handle the mess that inevitably occurs afterwards, all of the litigation.
Yep.
So there's invariably claims that take place, usually upstream with owner-developers and downstream with subcontractors and material suppliers, so we handle that as well. So everything soup to nuts involving construction.
So I got to catch a little bit of the presentation you had over there, and talking about some of the proposed reforms to legislation in Florida. Can you give us a quick summary? I know there's a lot of stuff you broke down, and by the way, I caught about 15 minutes of it, and I mean, it's, again, you need to hear this stuff over and over again, particularly if you're in the construction industry and the community association world, which we are. It's so important because every perspective is necessary right now. There's a lot of confusion over what needs to be done to fix the situation or make a better situation out of the tragedy that occurred from Surfside. So, quick summary, what's going on right now in legislation, and what should we expect coming up?
So many people don't understand that there's a certain finite period of time that they could bring a claim related to a construction project. Any kind of claim. Claims arising out of the design or construction to an improvement to real estate are codified in Florida statutes section 95.11, subsection 3C to be exact.
You've read this a few times, then I say.
A few times. And so that section, the way it currently exists right now, is that any claim involving an improvement to real estate has to be brought within 4 years, and I'm generalizing, of course. There's many nuances to it, but in general, within 4 years of the date that you knew or should have known of the defect.
Right.
Okay. Then there's an outside time frame, which is currently 10 years, by which any claim can be brought. So that if, for example, a project was received its temporary certificate of occupancy back in 2010, the deadline to file any lawsuit involving that particular project would have been 2020. Okay, and so in 2021, if you discover a defect in 2021, you would be time barred completely from bringing that lawsuit.
Wow. Okay.
It's one of the reasons why in a case like the Surfside collapse, which was a building that was built 40 years ago, that statute,
like 1985 or something. Yeah.
That statute of repose is long since gone.
Right.
So even if the developer was still around, they couldn't be sued.
It didn't stop the press from dragging them back into it, though. I saw it's like, to what extent are we going here?
Right. That's just for historical
purposes.
I know.
But it was like,
anyway.
I mean, it just kept splashing every so often in the media, and I'm like, can we focus on what's really important here? I mean, the building's been around for 40 some years, and you're still talking about the developer at this point. But I mean, look, they're looking at anything. They're trying to figure out why this has happened.
Right, but so now the change in the statute is reducing that 10-year period down to 7 years.
Right.
And the existing statute had a lot of different trigger points. And the legislature decided, you know what, the trigger point is going to be a TCO. Again, summarizing it in general terms, it's going to be the TCO. So once the TCO is issued, if it's a defect that's a patent defect, you have 4 years, something that's observable by the eye.
Right.
You have 4 years to bring a lawsuit to enforce your claim. Or if it's a latent defect, your outside time frame is 7 years. So if, for example, you have a problem with a type of fireproofing that should have been installed inside your wall, but you can't see it. You don't know if it's there or not there, but something happens 6 years in that the wall comes down and you realize, oh, wow, my fireproofing isn't there, I need to make a claim. You would only have 1 year to make that claim at that point.
Wow.
Because of the new law.
Big impact, right? I mean, a lot, sometimes these associations that we represent, they're deliberating these things like for so long, or their concerns with the costs of pursuing these claims as opposed to the necessary evil, if you will, of taking care of it. And for the contractors, developers, I mean, you saw them build armies of legal counsel and almost like set reserve. They have the project cost and then the legal costs of dealing with the turnover and the contract. It's kind of, I think they're all looking for a solution to these issues, but not to say that this is the right one or it's going to fit or everything else. But it was all great conversation. I mean, there's a lot of details in that. How can our listeners or viewers find out more information about your firm?
So they can learn all about our firm by visiting our website, which is www.f as in Frank, S as in Sam, -legal.com. So fslegal.com. You'll learn all about me, my partner Warren Friedman. We have a total of 5 lawyers on staff, 2 paralegals, and we're a premier or the premier construction law boutique firm.
Proper promotion.
In town. So actually, people should know that our firm was spawned from 2 attorneys, myself and my law partner, who left the largest construction law firm in the country. So I personally worked on very, very large construction projects, such as the Panama Canal.
Wow.
Everybody knows about the Panama Canal expansion project.
What are you talking about?
If anyone who knows Miami International Airport, the entire North Terminal, American Airlines, I was lead counsel for that construction, which was 1.3 million square feet of new construction. So we know our construction.
No, you have the experience, and we've had the opportunity to sit down and talk about your firm, what unique qualifications you all have, and what the types of things you're working on. But even sitting here now, just learned a few new things about you. So always an awesome opportunity. Always great to sit with you, Neal, to talk about these things. What's your big takeaway from this expo? I mean, I think the LBA killed it.
Yeah, this is a major success for the LBA. Yeah. This is anyone who's in construction who's not here is missing out.
Yeah, I've been saying that it is the Latin Builders Association, but I kind of feel like this association is the Builders Association. They do so much for the community, so much on the legislative side, so much for the industry leaders and all the vendors that are here. They give you an opportunity to really shine. And I sat down with Gus. We were talking about how this isn't just a membership where you show up and you pass out a bunch of business cards. There's a reciprocal nature of it where the association wants to help you grow your business and wants to introduce you to other members that have the same similar mindset. And I think that's, for those that burn out and leave, they don't share that. They're there for themselves, and I don't think that that's what this organization is about. And I think it's been fantastic, and Gus shared a lot of information about the membership and things like that. And I know, Neal, and you and I have, been on the board together and and getting experience kind of where the decision makers are and seeing them put on this event has just been fantastic.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that the LBA has done for me personally is it has opened so many doors for me with public officials. I have met and gotten to know very, very well a number of public officials here in Miami-Dade County to the point where it helps me help my clients.
It's awesome.
And so if I have a client working at the airport, at the seaport, Miami-Dade Water and Sewer, any Parks and Recreation Department, Corrections Department, I know those people and because of the LBA. And so that helps me help my clients.
No, it's so important, and you can't undervalue that stuff so much. And I have and do belong to other organizations, some of them that are in the construction industry, and I can tell you right now, just doing no better reciprocal membership that we've had than the LBA, and it's been fantastic. And getting to meet gentlemen like yourself who, leaders in the community, want to actually participate in the membership, be on the board, do the things, help put on these incredible events like this. So, Neal, I really want to thank you for being here with us and participating in this. It's been fantastic.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be here all day, continuing to broadcast live, joined with gentlemen like Neal that are going to help us continue to provide good information everyone can use. So again, thank you so much for joining us today, Neal.
Thanks again for having me.
All right, take care, man.
Okay, bye-bye.